system. Normalize your heartbeat. You know how your heart goes. Breathe, better breathing. It'll help your stomach. It'll lower your blood pressure. It'll help you with your organ system, and it'll just give you a general sense of well-being. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. Now, if you could get it in a drug, you would go buy it. But you can't. Now, your body makes its own drugs. That's good for you. The two we're going to talk about now is the endorphins and the serotonin, because you've probably heard about both of them. When you do certain activities, your body makes endorphins and or serotonin, which cause these positive relaxation responses and senses of well-being and strength and life is good kind of feeling. Now, unfortunately, it's different for each person, so we're going to give you a menu, and you're going to pick the ones that make the most sense to you. I'll show you how it works. Well, let me give you an example. Looking for someone who looks like a runner. Do you run? Jog, you know, you're a runner? Not really, huh? Who runs? Anybody? You run? And so you run outside a few miles a day or whatever?
3 times a week.
You run? Yeah, you run from the living room to the kitchen. You run outside?
Sometimes.
Well, she's a runner, I think. Nothing personal. I don't run either. I run up these stairs. So you run, and you've been a runner for 10 years. And you run 5 miles a week or something like that.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. But you like to run,
I do.
even outside.
Yes.
So, and we see you, people like you. We drive to work or school, and it's 20 below zero, and we see them out there running, and we go,
with the smokers.
she's out of her freaking mind. Yeah, the smokers, you know who hates them the most? The smokers hate them. Because they're smoking, they know if they could even run a block without it. And they're out there, la, la, la. And so we're driving thinking, you know, I can't run, maybe I should run her over. Get these crazy people out of here. But here's what it is. The reason that I think she runs, and a lot of people run, is once they run, they feel the endorphins and serotonin. It can be quite addictive. Because there are good addictions, there's neutral addictions, there's bad addictions. Like some good addictions would be exercise to a point. They said Mother Teresa was addicted to helping people. Another good addiction could be broccoli. Any of you love to eat broccoli? You see all the people with their hands raised? These are the liars in the room. Nobody likes to eat. You like broccoli? So if somebody said, cheesecake or broccoli? You'd say, broccoli. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a teacher here?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she'll be a teacher here another 50 years. I mean, there's people who are, you should be nice to her. She's going to be your pallbearer. Yeah. Well, you're blessed. People who, you know, there's certain things that are blessings, things that aren't blessings. Like that lady today, 58 years marriage. You know, she's blessed. You know, I used to ask, how do you do it? But they always come up with something I can't use. Well, yeah, you know, it was just one of those things. Oh, thanks. Just learn to compromise. And all right. So she's addicted to endorphins and serotonin. So she probably managed a lot of her stress just by running. But the rest of us don't. All right, so what else can we do? Serotonin, you've heard a lot about it, similar. So A, it's when you do enjoyable activities. One of the things that a lot of students do is they get too out of balance. They're working, they're studying, they're doing all too much. And that's why they sometimes will go nuts and drink, because they're trying to, you know. But too much, there's the right amount of drinking. I got good news for you drinkers, right? 2 drinks a day is actually considered good for you. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it used to be, because when I was in college, I had 2 drinks a day, and they said, you know, Jeffrey, you have a problem. Because I did probably 2 drinks a day for 8 years. I remember that. It did. My first wife's mother said to me, you know, I think you're they don't call them alcoholics. They said, you know, social, I don't know, drinker, problem. All right, anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Do enjoyable activities. When you help other people. So if you choose a career that helps you help other people, it'll help you with your stress. One of the reasons people are so stressed out is they choose careers that don't necessarily help people. And we are hardwired that when we help people, our bodies make endorphins and serotonin. I did a program in Forest Park for the West Suburban Bar Association for lawyers. I said, I said, oh, no wonder you lawyers are all stressed out. You don't help nobody. Yeah, they didn't appreciate that. But, you know, I was going through something. I still am, you can see. Okay, use your natural talents. Now here's something for you to consider. Now sageuniversity.com, I think that's his website, but what he does is he leans people towards taking their natural talents and using that as their career. Meaning there's something that's unique to you, there's something you enjoy doing, there's something that you're good at, there's something special, there's your natural talents, that to the degree that you use your natural talents, then your then your employment, then your work won't be that stressful because everything has stress built into it. People go, oh my, because your greatest source of pleasure, as my sister, here's a quote from my sister with her 9 children, your greatest source of pleasure is also your potential greatest source of stress. 9 children, oy vey. And but it's the same at work. So if you choose, now you enjoy your teaching, not to say that you don't, do you enjoy your teaching?
I don't see.
Oh, you don't teach? So no.
No.
But you enjoy your teaching. And so for you, teaching it creates endorphins and serotonin because it's using your natural talents, and you can do it for another 40 years if you wanted to. I know you, don't tell me you're going to retire next week or something.
I am retired.
Darn! All right. But you're still enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but you get what I'm saying? So let's just, I don't know if we want to pick an example, but who's got something like that in their mind? They're going to pick a career that uses their natural talents.
Nursing.
Who? You're going to be a nurse? And the idea of being a nurse sounds very wonderful to you? You like all the nursing things that people do and stuff?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay. I mean, I got some good news for you. I just saw this again on the news, that the American people rate nurses as the highest that they trust or whatever. The bottom was used car salesman, and right below it was the senators, and that's why they put that on the news. Nurses was number 1 again. Interesting. I should be a nurse. Okay, so think about that. We won't necessarily go around the room, but people go, well, what should I be? You want to utilize your natural talents as much as you can in your chosen career. That's why it's from stress to success. And here's one of the ways you would know it. If you won the lotto and you had several $1 million, but you had to work. Because some people go, I'm going to do nothing. And for most people, doing nothing causes, because you have a lot of time, by the way. Here's the other challenge of doing nothing. That little monkey mind, well, it just complains. Well, the economy, and especially if you watch the news. Here's another tip for you. Don't watch the news. Because, there's a little truth in there somewhere, but they want to make us all worry, so we'll keep flipping on the news, so we'll watch the commercials. So, I say for people to cut back on the news. There's no need for watching the news as a student. I don't even. Man, I was so close to this for 20 years, no news, because it didn't affect me, There's nothing I could do about it, is what I meant to say. And I had to say to a close friend of mine many years ago, I said, so who won the presidency last night? Oh my God. And even sometimes the sports, I have to find out before the practice opens, because some of my patients will come in. Like we just won that hockey thing. Remember that hockey thing? You know what I mean, the cup thing. And so I had to, before we open, so who won that thing? Because people think I'm a communist. It's because I don't watch the news and I don't follow sports. So and I have very few friends. That's why I like doing these lectures. It's the only time I get together with people. It's like group therapy without but it's much cheaper. So do what you love. You know that expression, do what you love and the money will follow? There's some truth to that. Not a lot of truth, but there's some truth. So you want to mix that up with picking something that you love to do, that you can do for people, that utilizes your natural talents, that if you become very, very successful at, will make you the kind of career, the kind of financial career that you need. For some people, they're not that, they don't need a lot of money. And for other people, it's important, so, keep that in mind. The other stress factor we have in this neighborhood is called outdoors, fresh air, sunshine. Meaning that